Welcome back to Living 757. Now, Patricia, we all know how much we can help each other make 2021 a better year for everyone, wherever we go. So, including your next trip to the credit union, who's serving everyone in Hampton Roads. Now, if you struggle with staying out of financial trouble, especially during the holidays, our next guest has some helpful tips for you and I and all of us, right? Welcome to Kevin Arrington, financial education coach there of ABNB Federal Union. How you doing there, Kevin?
I'm doing okay. Thanks for having me.
Hey,
welcome to the
yeah.
Thank you.
We're certainly glad to have you here. And when it comes to the season of giving, Kevin, a lot of us get confused giving on emotions and giving versus, like giving on a budget plan. What's the remedy to fix that?
Well, the main thing, like you said, is sticking to that budget. You've got to live within your means. Everyone wants to have a nice holiday, but just make sure you just plan for it accordingly and don't overdo it, especially on the spending. One quick thing I want to mention is just make a list, because I know giving the gifts are a big part of this, and just make that list, stick to it, and don't overdo it.
Yeah, I like that. Stick to it, don't overdo it.
That's right.
Well, that's something really hard for women, Kevin. You know that we have a list, but then we end up adding things like, I miss my nephew and I miss my mom, and we want to add a little bit more stuff. So I want to ask, my question is, if we are going through this holiday, we spend a lot of money on credit. How long do you think I can pay off that credit if I have a plan, like a nice plan?
Well, I mean, if you do overdo it on the holidays, you want to pay it off as quick as possible. I know with tax season coming up, you may be fortunate enough to be getting a tax refund. If you have an influx of money or a windfall like that, use the tax refund money to pay off any indebtedness that you may accrue during the holidays. Maybe you're getting a bonus. If you have a bonus or any commissions that you have, use anything like that to pay off the debt. You just don't want to. The quicker you can pay it off, the better.
Okay, now I love the whole thing about getting a bonus, Patricia, and even our other co-host Ashley. Let's ask for that bonus.
Let's start with our boss.
But Kevin, how can we safeguard when it comes to spending your credit card? So how do we safeguard against identity theft?
Well, and it's real, and it's more prevalent now than ever. You just got to do your due diligence and just make sure your identity is protected. You can't safeguard against something happening 100%, but you can do some things such as monitoring your credit. Sometimes you don't find out that your credit and identity has been compromised until you try to maybe refinance your house or get a mortgage. So check your credit before you do anything like that. Go to annualcreditreport.com, go to Credit Karma. There's a lot of sites you can check your credit. Just make sure everything on there is yours. And if it's not disputed, and start the process of getting it removed as soon as possible. Also, check your statements. If you use credit cards, check your credit card statements, check your checking account statements. Make sure that the charges on those are yours. And if it's not, it's your right to have, you can dispute it and not be responsible to pay those charges.
True.
Yeah.
So Kevin, I hear a lot of people also say, like on the news, and I was reading about on the internet, like a lot of credit cards now, they have very low APR. Is that true? Because quarantine, they try to help us, like with the new credit cards applications?
Yeah, well, the average interest rate right now is about 16% on credit cards, which is kind of high. If you've got really good credit, you definitely want to shoot for an interest rate lower than that. The lower the interest rate you can get, the better. I'll put a plug in for ABNB. Starting next month, we're going to have a 0% APR for balance transfers over to our credit card for certain credit cards for the year of 2021. So that's a way to save money. We do charge a balance transfer fee, which a lot of people do in the industry. It's 3%. But if you transferred $5,000 over and you get an upfront cost of $150, you'll pay for that in just a few months, and then you'll be quicker paying it off in the long run, and you'll save some money as well.
Yeah,
I really need that, Kevin.
Yeah.
It's definitely a very good thing. And one more quick note to add before we let you go is people can definitely donate to charity. So, like in a way of saving money. So we certainly appreciate you being on the show today, man.
Thank you so much for having me. Y'all, everyone be safe. Have a great holiday. And thanks again.